Move on, ladies and gentlemen, 78. There's a number 9, Edgware Mountain, Leeds 8. The vacant 2-bedroom mid back-to-back terraced house. 45 goes underway. 45 will you? 45 I have, thank you. So 46 then. 46 and 47. 47 and 48. 48 and 49. 49 and 50. 51. 51, 52. 53. 54. 55. No, nod, sir. 55 he will. 56, 57, 58, 59, 59 he will. 60. No, shake his head. Could be yours, sir. Thanks, I didn't see you. £60,000, 61, 62, 63. It's £63,000, gentlemen by the bar. £63,000 and I have 63 and a half anywhere else. Are we all done then at £63,000? Selling them for the first time at £63,000. Second, third and final time for all done. Thank you, sir. 946.
And for a mere £63,000, the new owner is Rubi. Rubi is a local man who runs his own company in a highly specialised area, and it might just come in handy for this, his first development property.
Rubi, nice to meet you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice house.
Thank you.
Why did you want to buy it?
Well, basically, I've seen the potential in it. There's a cellar, which is quite important for me, as I'm in cellar business.
The cellar business?
So, yes.
Tell me more.
Conversions.
Oh, okay.
We convert basements from basically nothing to rooms.
So you're going down?
We're going down, yes.
Wow. Tell me more about the whole basement thing.
At the moment, we've only got about 7 square meters. The potential for the basement downstairs would be about 25 square meters. So we're planning to dig all the way down. It's all backfilled.
So hang on a minute, we're not talking about just sort of making good what's there, we're talking about digging out.
Well, Rubi's done this very specialist work for a number of years, and it's really not for anyone other than an expert. Digging out and down without relevant experience could lead to all sorts of problems, from floods to gas leaks, and perhaps more worryingly, structural problems.
So, tell me about the regulations regarding basements and using them as bedrooms and things like that. I mean, what about light and ventilation and all that kind of stuff?
The regulations, it's you have to have a minimum height of 2.1 meters. Basically, you need to have sufficient ventilation by mechanical means.
Okay.
And then you have to have an escape window if it's used for a bedroom. So you need to think about fire escape.
How are you going to get a window into the cellar here?
We're planning to excavate under the kitchen window. So we're lifting the lintel slightly above, creating a box within the kitchen units. So internally you're not going to see a window from the kitchen, but externally you will see it.
And in terms of damp proofing and things like that?
Yes, I mean that's what we specialise in. We normally use the cavity drain membrane, which allows moisture to penetrate through rather than try and stop it. This is the difference between tanking and cavity drain membrane.
So tanking is where you put gooey stuff on the walls,
yes,
and it literally stops the water coming through, in simplistic terms.
Yes, yes. I mean, tanking, it's an application that prevents from water penetrating. The problem is, because you have outside external pressures against the building, then you building up the pressure more and more and more, and eventually the walls will crack.
But the system which you suggest is what?
It's a cavity drain membrane, which is made of simply plastic, which allows for the water to be channeled down, and that leads the water to channels which go around the perimeter.
Okay.
And all the accumulated moisture leads into a sump and a pump, and then we manage the water by pumping it out.
I think that system sounds rather elegant and allows the house to continue to breathe. But because of the nature of cellar conversions, it's practically impossible to get digging equipment in, so it's rather labour intensive.
One of the big issues is getting rid of all the stuff you dig out.
Yes, I mean, you need a lot of, I wouldn't say elbow grease, but knees grease.
Knees grease?
Yeah, it's all to do with the knees.
Because it's all manual stuff, isn't it?
It is. I mean, we're lucky that we have the skip nearby, so it's not too far to travel.
And it's not like mining, there's no dynamite involved.
No, it's not. It's just a shovel and pickaxe and pick hammers and what have you.
Oh, right, okay. just give me a breakdown of the time on that house.
The plan for the cellar, it's 7 days.
7 days?
For the excavation, yes.
How many people have you got working down there?
4 for the excavation itself.
Right. Well, they part mould, part human.
Sort of, yes.
Well, despite Ruby's obvious experience and expertise in cellar conversions, this is the first time he's done a development project for himself. And in this property, it isn't just the cellar that will need attention.
Top bedroom, are you happy with the regulations on that? Is it within regulation?
It's almost. There's a main lintel, which is the purlin. At the moment, it's resting on top of a window, and you can actually see the windows bowing.
No kidding, yeah.
So the plan is to remove the window, install a lintel below it, and then make the window smaller.
Now, obviously, with the cellar being a fairly major part of your plan, the cellar is accessed through the kitchen, and the kitchen itself is already quite small.
Yes.
What are you going to do about the layout there?
Potentially the kitchen wall dividing into the living room would be down. So again, I'm toying with the idea of leaving it as an open plan. The door into the cellar, make it a nice sort of entry. I like to call it another room rather than a cellar, because majority of people see a cellar as a dingy and a cold place and scary place.
So all in all then, the budget is going to be what?
I'm looking between 15 and 18,000.
That's to do everything?
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, thanks for all the hints and tips, and I can't wait to see how you get on, especially with the cellar.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Good luck with it all.
Thank you.
Oh. Well, how about that, eh? I only glanced down here when I first saw the house, and it turns out this is going to be a major part of Ruby's restorations. It really opens your eyes and makes you think, have you got a cellar like this that you might convert? I know I have. Anyway, how is he going to get on? Well, you can join me later in the show when we find out.